What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make this magic appearance effect. It looks absolutely crazy and I can't wait to show it to you guys. If you don't know me yet, my name is Gus and I run the Friendly File store in which I sell editing packs, preset templates, basically all the sauce you need in order for you to level up your edits instantly. So if you're looking for some drag and drop solutions to sauce up your videos for the new years, you can check it out down below. We just dropped Shakes and Hits V1s that allows you to have crazy transitions, also internet chaos that allows you to have crazy effects that you're going to see from artists like Tualis. Go and check those out down in the description. Now with that said, let's get right into this banger. So this is somewhat the effect that we should have at the end. It looks absolutely insane. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. So the first thing we need to do in order to achieve this effect, it won't be possible without creating this invisible background effect. Let me show you just how it's actually more simple than you think. Let's get it. So on this clip right here, we're going to create a mask. We can use the pen tool right here. You can click on G and then we're going to make a simple mask around. Why it's pretty easy is that it doesn't need to be perfect at all. We could just do something like this, and then you can click and drag if you want to make some curves around, something like this, and then we're going to have a mask. However, you want the mask to be flipped. We're going to press M to activate this bad boy right here, those mask properties. So the add, so we're going to turn this add into a subject. So this is what it should look like for now. You want to remove that part of the image, right? And now through it all, you want to make sure that the subject doesn't bleed out. Like we want to see the black. We don't want to see a central C in our case. So we're going to create a mask path keyframe right here at the beginning. And we're going to go to a frame where it bleeds out. As you can see, it's bleeding out right about there. So we can just click there. When you click on mask feather, you can adjust all of the points individually. So we can do something like this. And then let's keep going. When you see that it bleeds out of the mask, as you can see, also, if you want to work more efficiently, you can put it to add for now. That way you can really see when it gets out of the frame. So for now, we're all good. We could even be a little more conservative right here. That way, yeah, something like this. And then keep going. For now, it looks good. I think towards the end, I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller. Something like this should do the job. How is that looking like? So that was pretty easy, right? So that's already half of the job done. So we're gonna put that back to subtract, and then we're gonna go to content aware fill that I have. You can't see right now. Let me show you. Okay, there we go. We have content aware fill. If you don't see it, you can go up to window and then activate it right there. And you want it to be at object, and you can expand the alpha a little bit if you want. That's just gonna expand it. And then you wanna make this work area. And then we can simply just do generate fill layer. There we go. And now it's gonna pretty efficiently create this mask. Now, while it's doing that, you don't wanna touch it. At first, you're gonna think that everything's done. Usually it takes a little bit of time. It says initializing fast mask. Is it done? I guess it is. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? So now it leaves so much creativity for us to make him appear the way we want. That is super clean, to be honest. All right, so that was pretty easy, right? Now let's do the second step. So that's gonna be to isolate Central C so that we can put whatever effects on it. Let's get into it. Let's duplicate this. Let's put it up there. And then we're gonna remove the mask by pressing M. And then we're gonna delete this right here. So now we're gonna have this once again. Now that that's done, we can rotoscope it by double clicking, and then we can start rotoscoping, do Option W, or you can click right there to get the roto brush tool. And then we could just go around, create a mask. I'm gonna go over this pretty quick because this is basically basic knowledge, but basically it's you click, and then if you want to remove some space, you do Alt click. So now it's gonna become red and it's gonna remove some space. Pretty simple, right? By the way, subscribe if you haven't. So we're just gonna go around just like this. If you want to verify that the mask is good, you can click on that. So it's looking pretty okay for now. So we can press spacebar. And basically you just want to fix what doesn't work. And it's the same principle. I'll see you guys when I'm done. Oh, and also when you're done, you want to make sure that you click on freeze. That way it freezes the mask. Now I'll see you when I'm done with the mask. So when you're done, you should have this right here. If we isolate it, as you can see, I have my mask right over here. So now we have everything in order for us to create the actual effect. So to make it appear, we're gonna do luma key. There we go. And then at the beginning, we're gonna make it completely gone, just like this. And then about a couple frames in, we're gonna keyframe the threshold. And then at about there, we can make it 0 so that it appears. So we're gonna have this for now. That looks pretty clean, and it's pretty much the base of the effect. Now, if we wanna add some colors to it as well, we can do a CC toner. So that's gonna make, mostly when that happens, it makes the midtones a certain color. So at the beginning, we can make it something like super green, which is gonna look pretty cool. And then we can put it above there. So at the beginning, we can press U, by the way, so that you can see the other keyframes, so you can match them together. So with that said, you can keyframe blend with original. So it's green at the beginning, and then at the end, it's gonna be back to its original state. Now let's look at what we have. So now we're gonna have this right over here. It looks pretty clean. We can press on U as well to set some keyframes. Let's press on F9 to ease, just so that we have something a little smoother. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. Now that looks pretty cool. We could add some glow as well. You can use any glow you want. You can use the basic glow, but the one for After Effects is not so good. So I typically use deep glow. So I'm gonna put it, I think, under everything. Oh, that looks kind of crazy. Let's try this. If not, we can change it because you're gonna get a different result. Oh, I think that's better. Yeah, we're gonna do exposure. We're gonna keyframe the exposure. At the end, we're gonna put it back to 0. And now we're gonna have this right here. That looks clean. And now I think I wanna add some more impact to this. So I'm gonna create a new adjustment layer. And then we're gonna add a transition. We're gonna add some energy so that it really hits when the effect happens. So I'm gonna go to my shakes and hits presets that allows you to have like crazy shakes within seconds. Let's try to find the right one. Let's do TV glitch. Let's try that one. Oh my God, that looks insane. It might be a little too late though. Yo, that is clean. That is so fire. Let's try to see if we have another one that's better. If you want to see a few others out of these 30 super fire presets right here, we're gonna have, let's try zoom impact. Yeah, I think I like zoom impact. It looks super clean. That is super hard. If you want to grab shakes and hits, automatically have crazy shakes within seconds, add those to your projects and just have like crazy transitions. I definitely recommend it. You can check it out down in the description. And I even left you a discount code that way you can save some bucks off your purchase. But let's keep going. Let's get it. So now we have our shake. The thing that I don't like is I feel like it could be like a little smoother. So I feel like I'm gonna pre-compose this and then I'm gonna call it subject. Make sure that these two are applied. Let's do okay. And now we're gonna have this right there. And I'm gonna add a flicker to it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add this pixel motion blur effect. So it's gonna make the whole thing a bit more smoother when it comes in. Let's see what that looks like. So now as you can see, it is a lot smoother. Yeah, that's super clean. I'm just gonna add in the beginning. I think we could add like a zoom out effect. So you could do, and I think I'm gonna add a zoom out effect just so that when it starts into the scene, I'm gonna do in zoom out. Yeah, that's cold. We can even press U and just customize it the way we want. I think I'm gonna make this longer. That way you get a super dynamic effect. That looks insane. That is clean. Let's go. Now with that said, let's look at our final result. So that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and if it brought you any value, please consider subscribing and please let me know in the comments what else you want to see next on this channel. I cover tutorials, even like music video editing breakdowns. Please let me know. That way I can cover it for you guys. Also, if you're looking to level up your edits for the new years, you can check Shakes and Hits V1 down below. And I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Peace.